I have for you today 4 extremely easy cottage style DIY decor I know you're going to love. So let's get started. All right, guys, so for this DIY, I'm going to take this wall sconce that has like a tapered candle brass holder there, and it was only $2.99 at the thrift store, and it was in pretty good shape. All I had to do was give it a good scrub, and I'm also going to tape the brass portion of the piece because I don't want to paint over that. Today's, as I mentioned earlier, is going to be like a cottage style. Now, cottage style and farmhouse style has very similar features. It's like very relaxed, distressed kind of feel to it. The difference is, in my opinion, is that cottage style tends to have a little bit more color, more on the blues kind of I guess kind of colors. So that's what we're going to do today. We are going to be doing some blues. This one is Serenity Blue by Rust-Oleum Chalk Paint, and I am using my chalk paint brush, which I do have on my Amazon store. So if you want to check that out, I do have it linked down below. And as you can see, I'm doing kind of like a heavy dry brush. So I'm not dipping the brush very heavily on the paint. I'm just keeping it very lightly and then painting. And the same thing for the second coat. Now, I'm going to give you a little tip here. When you are painting with chalk paint specifically, and it's on a slick surface, when you do the second coat, if you overbrush or if you add way too much paint on that second coat, you're going to start kind of removing the first coat because it's going to soften, it's going to reactivate the paint, and it's going to remove. So if you don't want that to happen, just do several dry brushed kind of brushing, and it will help with that. So for this piece, I am going to use the wet technique for distressing it. Now, it already had a lot of distress look because it did have some of the shadowing and all the details. But I want to add a little bit more of a distress look. So I'm going to do it with the wet rag because it's just easier and less harsh on the piece. And I'm just going to focus on the edges as well as all the details. Once I have that distress the way I want it, it's time to just place a very simple tapered candle from the Dollar Tree. Now, it's a little bit too long, so I am going to cut it using a serrated knife here. You can use whatever you want. It's just what I had here on my workstation to cut it, and then just going to place it inside, and that's it, guys. This one is stunning. I just love the freshness, cottage softness that it has, and what a great find at the thrift store. Love it. For this next DIY, I am going to take this picture frame that I recently got. It was, I want to say it was like $1.99. It was a pretty good size, and it's actually pretty solid. So I am going to remove the center portion of it, but we are going to keep the cardboard part of it because we're going to reuse that part. So we're going to put that to the side, and then we are going to start working on the frame. You've seen me done many frames before, but of course we want to give it a good clean, even though this one was actually pretty clean. But I still like to clean it with a disinfecting wipe and then of course dry it to remove any residue. Now we're going to use Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen whites, and I'm just going to use a chippy brush here, and again very relaxed, just start painting. I gave it 2 coats, but it wasn't perfect even after the second coat because we are going to be distressing it. So again, I'm just going to do 1 coat pretty to give it as much coverage as possible, and then the second coat lightly paint over it without over brushing, again, to not remove a lot of the paint. So while that is drying, I am going to take this crafting paper that I got at Hobby Lobby, and it is beautiful. It almost has like a fabric texture, and we are going to cover the center portion of the frame. And I'm going to use the wood glue stick. Wait, not wood glue, glue stick. There we go. And I am going to just apply it. Now for the second piece, I am going to try my very hardest to make sure that I align both papers, both crafting papers, and that way it's going to look like it's one piece. So you're going to see here how both pages now look seamless. I actually was pretty satisfied with the way both pages kind of aligned. Really happy with that. Now using my rotary cutter, I'm just going to cut the excess crafting paper. That way it's going to be nice and smooth edges. I'm not going to give that second coat to the frame. I'm just going to show you quickly here because I just want you to see how I'm just brushing, but I'm not over brushing over that second coat. Literally, I am just taking a little bit of paint, brushing, and letting it be. Again, because I don't want to soften that paint on the first coat and then, you know, kind of like remove the paint. Once everything was dry, it's time to distress. I am using a 220 grit sandpaper, and I'm just going to focus on the edges to reveal some of that dark underneath tone. I love it when it has that dark showing through that white. And now it's time to place the center portion back on the frame, and I'm going to secure it by fastening the little clips that came with it. And then once I flip it over, I realized, you know what, it just needs a little something. So I bought this ampersand little wooden piece at Walmart. It was, I want to say, like $1.89. And I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I really love the way it looks on this piece. So I just hot glued it to the bottom right of the piece, and that finished it off. Look how beautiful it looks. Again, it has that cottage feel with the blues and distressed, and just love it. So I wanted to show you, I found this at the thrift store. It was $2.99, and I want to do nothing to it. It is absolutely stunning. I love the texture. Look at this like crackling, weathered look. This is tin. The only thing I would have one would be if this was either shorter or this was taller, so I would have more space here, because I feel like once you put the flowers, it will overflow. It just, the dimensions is not right. But isn't it just stunning? So I'm going to try to figure something out where I don't have to do much to it, but we shall see. I decided to give the tin portion of it a dry brush technique using the Serenity Blue chalk paint by Rust-Oleum to add some color, to again keep it in the like cottage blues theme here. And I'm going to do like a sideway motion. This is just to kind of keep that round kind of look that the tin has already. And I'm going to start very slowly with the dry brushing and then keep adding as I see fit. At first I thought I would give it just a very light coat, but then I kind of liked how it was looking, so I just ended up adding more and more coats until I saw what I like. And we're just about done. This was one of the easiest DIYs I've ever done. But it just shows you how sometimes you find pieces that are such good quality, good deal, and by adding a little bit of a touch, you can make it your own and fit your own decor style. I love it. For this DIY, I am going to take a mason jar, or two. Yes, two. Now, you know that if you've been to a thrift store, there's always that one shelf that has like 20 or more mason jars. So I always have a couple on hand because you never know when you're going to use them or you're going to need a little arrangement to go within a vignette. So I am going to paint a couple here. This first one I'm going to paint with the Serenity Blue. And again, I am using the sideway motion brushing because I wanted to kind of have that rounded kind of feel to it. Now you can see it is a very light first coat. I am using my chalk paint brush, but I am barely putting any paint on it, and I'm just brushing. Now for the second coat, again, I cannot stress enough how important it is to just not over brush, especially on glass, because you will remove that paint. I have painted over glass so many times and the frustration is real because you start painting that second coat and then that first coat starts to remove and you're like, ugh, you feel like you're starting over again. So my advice is take a little bit of paint and just brush and let it be. Move on to the next portion of it. For the second mason jar, I am going to be using the Coastal Blue by Rust-Oleum chalk paint. And yep, I did not wash my brush, and that's okay. Sometimes I do that if it's in the same kind of family color. And it was fine. It turned out fine. So same thing here. Again, just very light paint, not a lot of paint on the brush. And then just brushing it very lightly until I got a full coverage. To style it, I'm just going to very relaxed add some boxwood. And for the lighter blue, I'm going to use a little cotton stem here from the Dollar Tree. That's it on that one. For the navy blue, for the coastal blue, again, some boxwood, just throwing it in there, relax, nothing too serious. And then I am going to take this white sunflower I got, I want to say it was Hobby Lobby, but I'm not quite positive. And I'm just going to place it right in the center. And I think this little vignette turned out amazing. I love how relaxed the blues look, how cottagey it looks, and so easy. Right? I told you these were easy, the easiest ever. I really, really love it. But anyways, this is it for today, my friend. Thank you so much for stopping by. I truly appreciate you coming by week after week and supporting me. And if you're visiting for the first time, welcome. I hope you enjoy the video and I hope it inspires you to create your own DIY decor. I am going to have a playlist here with tons more of inspiration for you. Check it out. Oh, and if you're visiting for the first time or if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I would love it, love it, love it. I'll see you later. Bye.